Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of the MacArthur Study Bible. This one is going to be the second edition, and it is the New American Standard. It is part of the Premier Collection by Thomas Nelson. So it comes in a really pretty box. We're going to have the satin finish with the gloss. So all of the packaging on their Premier Collection editions is really nicely done. I'm going to hold that right there in case you would like to pause and read that section. One thing I do want to point out, it is the 95 edition of the NASB. Then we'll drop down to the features. So we're going to have premium goatskin cover, sewn and edge line construction, raised spine hubs, art gilding, 3 ribbons, premium European Bible paper, which is at 39 GSM, which is just awesome. We'll have the NASB comfort print. It's going to be line matched. We're going to have more than 72,000 cross references, and the font is a 9.5. There's the ISBN number. It does retail for $259.99, but right now they're on sale online anywhere from $130 to $170. So pretty good price. This one here measures out at 9 3/4 inches tall, 7 1/8 inches wide, and it is 2 inches thick. So we're going to have a brown goatskin cover. We've got perimeter stitching, and the grain pattern on this is really nice. And in the different light, you can see some highs and lows in the color, almost like a slight marbled effect, so it's really pretty. We're going to have brown head and tail bands, 3 ribbons. The gilding on this is awesome. In fact, you can see right there, it's like a mirror. I mean, just excellent on the gilding. The spine on this Bible is awesome. We're going to have the 4 raised hubs. We've got the MacArthur Study Bible, New American Standard Bible, and Thomas Nelson. But just really, really pretty. I really like the brown on this goatskin. And it is going to be the same as the New King James. So you're going to have pretty much the same type of cover and everything. So if you're not into the New American Standard, but you like the New King James, you can also get one in the New King James. And I do also have a review of that one on my channel. So on this one here, we're going to have an edge-lined binding on here. We'll see that it says goatskin leather cover. When we've got that gold gilt line, looks really nice. The liner is very nice in here. It's going to be tabbed up onto the block so we can see the line here. So this liner is tabbed up and attached to that block. And then these first few pages are going to be attached together. Just adds some extra strength and durability to this binding. So make sure you don't pull those apart. We will have a presentation page, and then we get into the title page. One thing I really like in this one is the additional color on the print, so that where it says MacArthur, it's almost like a teal blue. It's really pretty. This one is printed in China. So we'll have our contents page. We're going to have an index to all the charts and maps, so that's really nice. That way if there's something specific that you're looking for, you can go right to it. We'll have an introduction to the Bible. All of this information is done by John MacArthur. We'll have some personal notes, also by John MacArthur. And then we get into how we got the Bible. So this is all really interesting to read. I think it's great information. And then we get into the progress of Revelation. So this is actually really neat. So it'll give us the book, the approximate writing date, and the author. So I think this is actually really cool. A lot of neat charts and stuff in this one. Then we've got how to study the Bible. And especially if you're new to the Bible and you get one, it's going to give you a lot of good information. So definitely worth reading all the information in the beginning of this. Then we'll have the preface to the New American Standard. That's done by the Lockman Foundation. And then we get into an explanation of the general format. So it'll give you a breakdown of everything, and it also shows you an example. So it'll go over the notes and the references, the small caps and the italics. So that way when you see those things, you'll know what it means. We've got a page for all the abbreviations. And then one thing that we can see here is not only do we have just the regular stitching right in the center of the gutter, but we also see those smaller stitches on the side. So this also has overcast stitching. So the binding on this Bible is fantastic. Right here, since I just happened to look at it, we'll look at the art gilding. So really pretty on the art gilding. In fact, if you know what you're looking for, you can actually see the steps from the signatures there. This Bible, when you have this open in front of you and you're reading, you're going to want to pet the pages. It's just that nice. And we'll get into the Old Testament. We'll have an introduction to the Pentateuch. Then we're going to get into the chronology of the Old Testament patriarchs and judges. So this is actually really neat because we're going to have all the dates across the top, and then it'll start with Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac. So really nice 2-page spread on that. Then we've got a harmony of the books of Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles. And we'll have an introduction to the prophets. So it'll give the prophet who they ministered to and then in what years. And then we've got a chronology of the Old Testament kings and prophets. So again, just really nicely done. The colors in here. The color's very easy on the eyes. So just the color of that right there. If the light would pick it up a little bit better, but it looks better in person than the camera gives it credit for. Then we'll have a book introduction, and you're going to have one for every book. It'll go over the title, the author and date, background and setting, the historical and theological themes. Then you'll have the interpretive challenges and a full outline. And then we'll get right into the biblical text. So we're going to have a double column format for the biblical text and a 3-column format for the study notes. And then all of our cross references are going to be between the biblical text and the notes. And we're going to have all of our subheadings and chapter numbers in that same pretty shade. So the font in this one is going to be a 9.5, where the New King James is going to be a 9 point. But we're going to see that we have the same color down here in all of these cross references, so it makes it easier to see. And then you'll have key words within the study notes that will be in that same color. So as you go to those verses, you're going to be able to see the highlighted parts on the notes. But just really pretty. We can see that we're right in the beginning of it, and the Bible staying completely open and flat for us. And it just looks really nice with that gold gilt line and all of that art gilding. So we'll flip through this and look at some of the different charts. So here we're going to have an artist rendition of the plan of the tabernacle. Just a lot of neat information in here. Then we'll have the placement of the tribes in the Israelite encampment. So it's always nice when you're reading and you're in that part of the text and they're talking about it. This will give you a nice visual to where a lot of times people are visual learners and it makes more sense to them. I found this chart very interesting. This one is one on the death penalty. So it will have the crime, then the scripture references. So I found this to be pretty interesting. So I thought I would show that because some people may have never seen that in a Bible before. We'll have the first of our 3 ribbons. We can also see we've got a nice in-text map. Now these are going to be the wider ribbons. We can see that it is double-sided satin. It's also cut well. So it's really nice that they're not only giving us multiple ribbons, but we've got 3 different colors, and then plus they're plenty long enough to use. So this is definitely a premium Bible. Here we've got another in-text map, but then we've also got the plan of Solomon's temple. So again, in the same areas where you'll be reading that within the biblical text. This one's really neat. We've got the Messianic prophecies in the Psalms, and there's 20 of them. So it'll give us the psalm that is mentioned in, and then where it's fulfilled. And prophecy to me is just fascinating. I love it. Then we've got Christ in the Psalms. So you may not realize how much he's in there. This one here in Isaiah, we've got the prophecies of Isaiah fulfilled at Christ's first advent. So I think that's really nice. Just a lot of great information in this one. It's always hard to decide what to show on a study Bible review. This is a nice one on Day of the Lord, so I think that's pretty neat. We've also got our red ribbon, so it's going to be a deep red, again double-sided satin, cut well. I think the 3 colors that they chose on the ribbons look really good against the brown cover. Got another nice in-text map, and again I really like this color that they used in this. It's really easy on the eyes to be able to see and read all of this. Then we're going to get to the end of Malachi. We're going to have the introduction to the Intertestamental Period. So it's going to have Jewish history, Jewish developments. We're going to have a chronology of the periods. So this is really neat to be able to see all of this. Then we get into the New Testament. We'll have an introduction to the Gospels. So all of these charts are just really well done. We'll have a chart on the ministry of Jesus. Then we've got a harmony of the Gospels. I always like it when Bibles have this. And the way that they've done the color with the two-tone on there, it's really easy on the eyes. So if it was just all one shade, it kind of just blends together, but I like how you have every other color. We'll have the prophecies of the Messiah fulfilled in Jesus. So it'll give us the prophetic scripture, the subject, and where it was fulfilled. So I just love prophecy, and it's neat to see all of these. Then we'll have a brief overview of Christ's life. And then we've got the Passion Week and then the Passovers of Christ's ministries. But just really, really nice. All of the book introductions are done very well. Just the layout in general, because it's nice when you're reading the biblical text. If you don't want to read the references, they're not going to be in your way. You're not going to have any distractions. So we've got a chart on the miracles of Jesus. Then we'll get back and we'll have our third ribbon. So really pretty shade of blue. And all 3 of these colors, personally, I think they look really nice together. They also look really good against the brown on this cover. If I can move those over single-handedly. But really pretty colors. Thomas Nelson is just doing an amazing job on all of their new Bibles. It makes you just want everything that they come out with. Then we've got the titles of Christ. Then we're going to get back to the back of the Bible, and then we're going to have all the appendices. So I'll give you a close-up so you can see what to expect there. So we'll start off with the character of genuine saving faith. Then we've got a Bible reading plan. So this is a read through the Bible in 1 year. The nice thing on this one is you're going to have a morning and evening reading. So you're going to have Old Testament as well as New. So I personally like plans when you have some from both in there rather than just going cover to cover. Then we'll have an overview of theology. So this will go over the Holy Scriptures. These are some great articles back here. So it'll go over salvation and the church, angels, and eschatology. Then we'll have a chart on the monies, weights, and measures. We'll have an index to key Bible doctrines. It's laid out very nicely in a 3-column format. And the text in this one, even though the camera picks up a lot more ghosting than what I see to the naked eye, everything in this is really readable. We'll have our book introductions. We'll get into the Concordance, which is also 3-column layout. All the main words are going to be done in bold, so easy on the eyes to see and read. There's going to be 148 pages in the Concordance, so decent sized Concordance, so it's pretty big. Then when we get to the end of the Concordance, we've got a couple blank pages of Bible paper, so if you wanted to take a few notes, you could. Then we're going to have a note regarding the type, which is going to be done by 2K Denmark, and the comfort print is just super easy on the eyes. Then we'll have our maps. You can see that it is on a glossy paper, but full color, everything's really readable on here. We're going to have 7 maps spread out onto 8 pages. Again, we've got more stitching in the gutter. So just an awesome binding on this. And again, you can see how nice this art gilding looks. Just a gorgeous Bible. I absolutely love this one. So we've got a nice 2-page spread there. And then we just get back to the same 2 pages that are stuck together, so don't pull those apart. The back does have the ISBN number stamped on it. Some people complain about that. To me, it doesn't matter. It's on the inside cover. I'm really not going to be looking back here for anything, so I think it might be better if they type the ISBN like on the title page versus on the liner, but that's just my opinion. So again, we've got the MacArthur Study Bible in the brown goatskin. Got those nice raised hubs. Just a beautiful, beautiful Bible. There's different cover options. I'll put some links in the description box. You can also get it in the New King James if that's your translation of choice. But this one is the New American Standard. There's the ISBN number. But just a awesome Bible. I would definitely recommend this one. And if you can afford the Premier Collection, this is just a stunning Bible. And the sales that I've seen on this and just in the past week have just been amazing on the prices and definitely worth every penny since what you're getting. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.